Or good afternoon. Welcome to Once Upon a Game, Season 2, Episode 6. We are going to be playing the game Durance by Jason Morningstar today. Or good afternoon. Oh, God. Welcome to Once Upon a Game, Season 2, Episode 6. Reset.
It didn't start.
It didn't start yet. It doesn't count.
I was looking for the stream, and I was like, "It's not on here."
I know it's me. It was me. I had it open on the other one. That's when you're panicking to set up. Sorry. So we had some technical difficulties getting things set up today. Namely, I'm an idiot, but and wanted to set up some new lighting, as you can see. Once Upon a Game. Welcome. And Once Upon a Game is about storytelling RPGs that kind of take the burden off GMs and prepping and learning a bunch of rules and kind of distributes it around to all the players, so we can all have more fictional control over games and explore other like cool, interesting topics. Is that me again? That's not me. Okay. If for those who don't know, I'm Eric. I'm also EricVulgaris here on the internet. I'm going to be the host of the show as well as the facilitator for tonight's game. But the difference between a facilitator and a GM is that I'm just kind of the person who knows the rules the best, and I can give guidance to how the rules should be interpreted. But I don't have any more authority over what goes into the game than any other player. That's the difference. Is like I can't say to another player and be like, hey, not so fast. You have to make a roll. Like that doesn't exist in this game. This game is about a cooperative story, and for Durance, it's going to be a story about a space penal colony. So Earth or like whatever kind of star system, maybe like a Cowboy Bebop setting or something like that. We had something set up around, and it's overpopulated, and we have to send out people to like our prisoner population out to start colonizing these new planets because there's just no more room here, and it's a great way for humanity to expand and reduce the prison population. So these probes or these site people, like recon, surveyed these planets, and they came back with all these awesome things, like the atmosphere was excellent, geology was stable, all these types of cool ideas. Only it turns out they weren't accurate. There are a lot of things missing. And it kind of makes our life hell in a way. And this is going to be a story about a penal colony that it's not all what it's cracked up to be. The decisions of power that go into it, into like the authority of sort of the underworld versus like the governor and sort of the legitimate authority. So there's going to be a lot of sort of conflicts about power and who runs what, as well as personal beliefs and what happens when people have beliefs that get called into question because of the scarce, harsh environment. Before we get into the rules of the game, before we do anything of that, let's meet the players, right? Let's meet my guests here. So starting to my bottom left is Kelsa. Kelsa, how are you doing today?
Other than I kept muting myself, I'm doing pretty good. I was sick earlier this week, but I'm feeling a lot better now. But
Awesome.
My voice does sometimes come in and out, I've noticed. So
Yeah.
that happens that way.
Same here. I feel like sometimes I'm getting a little nasally this week, but yeah, we just gotta stay strong. Gotta stay strong for the story games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, thank you. We have a first timer, Brendan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I'm all full of sushi. Yeah.
So good. Yeah. What kind? What kind's your favorite?
Oh, I don't know. That's a
Yeah, I
tough
know.
decision.
Putting
I
you
had
on
a
the
really
spot
nice-
early.
Really nice.
Tempura. Say tempura. Everyone likes it.
It's true. Everyone does like the tempura. I really like the salmon roe caviar in like a roll. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So I'm excited to have you on the show. I know you are a fan, so I'm glad and I want to hear your thoughts on the game and everything at the end.
Yeah. I'm Spikemaw in chat. You'll see me around a bunch of different channels. Shouting at people in chat.
Great, awesome. So, last but certainly not least is Nick. Nick, welcome back to the show. How are you doing today, my friend?
Not internet sick yet, which is actually surprising considering how much I'm around you people. I'm not sick. I anticipate I will be, and I spent the day painting miniatures, so
Ooh, what
I
kind
need
of
excitement.
miniatures?
Oh, I bought a bunch of Warhammer 40k like starter stuff, and I just got some paints in today, so I was like, all right, I'll just waste my time doing this because I've got
Awesome.
nothing better.
That sounds like so much fun.
Are
It was
you
yeah.
are you Eldar scum or are you Space Marine scum?
Nah, Spec Marines and Chaos. It was the
Uh,
Convention starter set, so I got a little bit of both.
See,
Super
I'm
cool.
I am a masochist, so I played Dark Eldar.
Yes.
Oh, wow, you
smart
are.
man. Yes. I would build Dark Eldar, but they get destroyed by everything, from what I understand. So.
They're literally the most garbage of any other of
Yeah.
any of them. It's absolute trash.
Thank you so much for the host, Astiani, by the way, and thank you for tuning in. Actually, Nick, so have you ever painted minis before?
No, this was the first time. I just
Okay.
I spam binge watched a bunch of like painting tutorials, and it was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I can do this. Fuck it, whatever. I got a brush. I
That's
got
so-
paint.
Dang, dude, I wish in a different lifetime, I used to paint minis in Philadelphia. I used to paint a lot of D&D miniatures. That's kind of how I got started streaming. And one of the
Really?
things, yeah, and I would do sort of like the Bob Ross, have the camera like on like stuck to the desk next to me
Yeah.
on like a sort of like convoluted like camera stand, so it could like sit between me and my mini, so you could like see just my hands painting. So like you would
You
just like
just
see my
taped
hands.
all of your minis to
Yeah.
a canvas, and you took a big brush.
And and I would just Bob Ross with some music on and talk to people and chat and describe my technique and what I'm doing. Because I want to do a tutorial, but like you guys can paint minis too, and like, but I'm sorry that I don't have any VODs for that. They're
It's
they're
fine.
long gone.
I'll keep
one
learning
day.
from Duncan Rhodes,
Yeah.
because Duncan Rhodes is nice.
Okay.
And it makes
Ooh.
me feeling good.
Okay.
We
Awesome.
should just all paint minis together one day
Yeah.
instead of playing
Creative stream.
Creative stream. I'm totally for that. That would be a great show.
I agree. That would be great. That would be so much better than trying to do it myself. Just
Okay. So I think we're ready to actually begin the game, right? Let's jump into it. Oh, actually one thing. So before we begin play, before we get into actual rules and start of this game, there's one rule that I always have for the show for Once Upon a Game, and that's the X card rule. Because this is a one shot, because we're not returning to this planet and this prison world, I want you guys to put it on the line today. I want you to bring it, like whatever that means, whatever you want to explore and whatever you're interested. I want you to feel safe and comfortable that you can. And the way you can do that and feel okay with expressing yourself and being a little fearless here is that we have a parachute. We have an emergency brake here. And that's called the X card. So if you feel like you want to push a little bit some boundaries, maybe, but you don't know what other people's boundaries are, the X card comes into play. And so if anybody feels uncomfortable with an idea that somebody put forward, even if it's like 2 hours after the idea was put forward, you can just let me know privately, publicly. Whatever, just do like a this like X symbol, or like a giant X symbol, or like a little tiny X symbol, or chat, or vocal, whatever it is that you need to do. And we will, like magic, eradicate it. We will exterminatus that idea, and it will just be gone. You do not have to justify why. However, we may have to ask a couple questions about, hey, so I know you, so okay, so nothing. What's the boundary here then? So we don't broach that subject again, right? Something like that might come up, but otherwise you do not have to justify, because we trust you and we want you to feel safe and fun, and that's how games should be, right? So that rule is only as good as if we're willing to follow it, and if we don't really agree with it, we won't really play. So how do you guys feel about it?
I'm totally all right. That's a pretty good rule.
Mulling it over. Yes, of course.
Awesome. Cool. All right, great. So moving into Durance, the number one thing for Durance at the start here is that we're building our planet and our colonial record here. This is kind of like the setup phase of the game. So everyone at home, you're looking at this thing that says Planetary Survey, friends in Roll20. We're looking here. It says planetary survey, and there are 6 things listed there. These were the 6 things that our drone or our scouting report came back and said they were true, and this is a good colony to start, sending humans to. But they done goofed. 3 of these things are not existent. So what we're going to do is we're going to take turns scratching these things off the list. Since I'm the facilitator, I don't want to go first. I'm gonna pass it over. Actually, I want you 3 to do this part. So starting with Kelsa, then Nick, then Brendan, go ahead and strike one of those 6 things off the list. Let me know, and I will go ahead and draw a box and censor that shit out of it.
I want to do it.
So what is not true about our planetary survey?
I think that there's some intelligent life after all. Instead of intelligent life being absent, there.
Nice. Awesome. I love that idea. Cool. Nick.
All right, I'm going to follow that up with biology is benign, because if we're going to have sentient life, we might as well have carnivorous fauna or flora.
Or both. Or no.
Or, yes.
Or, yeah, now both, possibly.
Oh.
We'll see.
To all.
The game will tell us. So, cool. And last but not least, Brendan, what about the planetary survey was totally wrong?
This is the last one, right?
Yes.
I think that the hydrology is definitely not favorable. I think that there's either not enough water or that the water is bad.
Oh boy. This whole planet just hates us.
Hey, at least the ground is stable, right?
Yeah, that's true. Damn. Okay. So, we have ABC. That is our planetary survey. So I'm going to bring up the rules over here. I'm going to find what that planet is and name it. So in the book, there's a list of, I think, 20 combinations. That's what 6 minus 6 choose 3 is approximately. And ABC is Vorkuta 58. That is the name of our planet. So in a way, this game is kind of like Fiasco. By us eliminating some things, we kind of get our playbook a little bit. So this is Vorkuta 58. And I'll make this a little larger for everybody. So, this is what the survey says about Vorkuta 58. So this is what we got back in our report, and this is what the revised survey will say. So the original survey says, Vorkuta 58 boasts near-perfect conditions for human colonization. Cue the office. Look at the camera. The atmosphere is breathable and healthful, and weather patterns are mild and temperate across the planet. Vorkuta 58 is geophysically stable and an excellent candidate for a colony. Revised survey. All surface water is contaminated with organic compounds. The local fauna has surprised us with unexpected and hazardous life cycle stages.
Oh my.
Intelligent natives watch and wait. The last sentence is just, we are in trouble.
Yes!
So, this is going to be fun.
Yep.
I love the original survey. It's technically correct. They just didn't mention the hydrology or the intelligent life or anything.
Yeah, they just didn't sample. They didn't drink the water.
Yeah. They just wrote down the positive things. That's a real bureaucratic work.
Yeah.
Are we going to roll for our detail now so we don't forget it?
Oh, yeah, we could. Do you want to roll? So there's a question for you guys. Do you want to roll, or would you like to choose our detail for this planet? I kind of like choosing the detail for the planet after everything's settled, because then we might have the option of choosing something that sounds really interesting and fun.
I'm fine with that too.
I'm easy.
I'm rolling with whatever.
Because, okay, the way I played it, the way it was taught to me and facilitated was not rolling and doing it the last way, and I thought that worked really well. So
okay.
I'm just going to continue with that one, but that is true. Okay. So, the next step would be the colonial record, and so following suit, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going around the table, eliminating things, but it's going to start with me this time, and I am just going to eliminate the workforce being motivated. That is just not true.
I'm going to
Yeah.
bow out of this so that you and Kelso and Nick have a chance.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay, sure.
Well, I have mine settled, but I don't want to...
Go for it. Go for it.
I want to do Justice is Universal.
Okay.
Erase that.
I think
great one. Good idea.
that maybe planning is not meticulous.
Oh, good choice. Awesome. And now we're going to follow up around, and we're going to do what drives us. So what drives us? A drive is sort of like our core belief as a colony. It's kind of just indicative of all our parts of our life. So once again, just like everything else, we're going to be eliminating it. Oh, no, sorry. Let's take a step back and let's name our new home. So I'm going to find that in the book. Sorry about that. The Universal Colony record has VXY. Okay. So our new home is named Temporary Settlement Orange.
Yay!
Oh, that is really, really.
That speaks to how long we'll survive.
Yep.
Yeah, what could possibly Temp
Sorry.
Settlement Orange.
Only good things have come from things named temporary in history.
Right?
Like provisional.
Awesome. Okay. So I know that's getting covered up a little bit by the overlay, but trust me, it's there. It says Temp Settlement Orange. I'll fix that in a second. Because we got to go look back at what drives us now. After I read the authority and convict sides of the story of Temporary Settlement Orange for everybody. So, so the game is set up in two very hierarchical and regimented structures. There's the power structure that is the authoritarian side, that is the government, that is the colonial marines, that is the free farmers, etc. And then the other side is the convict side. Those are your purveyors of vice. Those are your seedy underworld leaders, etc. Mobsters, criminals, also known as slags. So those are the two hierarchical and juxtaposing power structures, and each of those have like strata underneath them, which we will talk about later. So anyways, on the left-hand side, on the authority side, although food is carefully rationed according to the station in Temporary Settlement Orange, there's never enough to go around. Each of the 3 sub-colony outstations was designed around a different industry, and their successes have been decidedly mixed. A better breed of convicts would certainly help. Then complain incessantly about the living conditions and poor treatment and require constant correction to keep them working. The convict side. We are sick, starving, not enough food, and oh how our bellies do growl. They say there's not enough and that we all eat the same, but we lags see how much food goes straight to the governor's dome. We mutter among ourselves and sometimes conspire to steal what we need. Always food, always devoured on the spot. And sometimes authority kills us for our audacity. To hell with them. It is a slow death or a quick one, but it is a still death. This place is death itself, and we are all of us doomed.
Well, shit.
Damn, this is like okay.
Pull it together, lads. We've got this. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right. So let's go around again and do what drives us. So we're going to be canceling them all out except for one. And then we're going to go back and look at the details of our planet and that kind of stuff, of maybe what we want to add. Okay. So, what drives us? What should be eliminated? Yeah, this place is even worse than yesterday. I'll take the shitty water and unbreathable atmosphere over this planet is like living
Over Death World, yeah.
Yeah.
Death world full of death.
Like Predator homeworld.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so I feel like status is not important enough
yeah.
to be a driving factor.
Mm-hmm.
given how fucking shitty this is. So that is not a drive.
Awesome.
I had myself muted. I was about to say the same thing.
Nice.
Well, there you go.
Cool. Nick?
Are we just taking out one, or
Yeah,
okay.
what? Just one. We're striking them from the record.
I don't think indulgence is particularly important on a planet where every day is survival. So
All right.
maybe I'm wrong.
Brendan / Spike Maw.
I'd like to strike freedom, please.
Ripped freedom.
Rip freedom.
Harmony is gone.
All right.
Kelsa, comes down to you. Which one do we want? Control or safety?
Who was it that skipped themselves last time? I think they should make that final choice.
I did.
Okay.
I would like to strike control. It's all about safety.
Okay. So I'm going to write that drive into our little box here. Okay, so now that we know our planet and how shitty it is, let's start. Let's go back and look at the planetary survey's details and our temporary settlement details. So I'm gonna go back up here in the book, real quick. Just going to Vorkuta 58. Is it Vorkuta or Vorkuta? We need to make an agreement on how to pronounce this, because otherwise I'm gonna be wishy-washy like heck.
Vorkuta?
Vorkuta. All right.
Vorkuta.
I'm gonna go with that.
All right, cool. Vorkuta it is. So these are the 6 things, and just we can have as many as we want, but once I'm done reading them all, let me know which ones are interesting to you guys. So the first one is an endosymbiont bloom darkening the sky. Number 2 is a cache of handmade tools, mostly weapons. Number 3, a virulent infection that kills only children, requiring quarantine. Number 4, Elena Swep, bolter, gone native with visions of her own colony. Number 5, aquatic colony animals that grow in intelligence as they clump together.
Ooh, I like that one.
And number 6, a skimmer crew, flayed alive.
I kind of like Elena Swift Bolter Gone Native, but aquatic animals that grow in intelligence is good too. I'm alright with either of those.
Both.
I dig marine swarm intelligence.
Okay. I will just make a quick note on the page, the ones that we want. I'll put 2 down. I mean, why not? These are things that are kind of like we can draw from for inspiration, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Elena, if I could type, Elena Swep, Bolter Gone Native, with dreams of own colony. And the second one was the aquatic colony swarm intelligence thing. Aquatic colony animals that grow in intelligence as they swarm together.
We're going with both? I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Why not? Let's do it.
Cool.
Why not?
Cool. And now we're going to look over at our temporary settlement orange details. So this colonial record is... Here it is. So number 1 is the Marines' secret pact. Number 2, a tiny doll and handmade clothing. Number 3, a dime-sized video camera. The previous owner's footage unencrypted. Number 4, proceedings from the settlement dissolution assembly. Number 5, frozen meat and lots of it. Number 6, Mayor Bentwith, crawler and soothsayer. Any of those jump out at you guys?
I definitely, the Marine Secret Pact is calling to
That
me.
was the one that I was going to suggest. Yep.
I also really like that one.
So yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Okay. I think that will work for us. So before we do any extra dice or anything like that for the resolution stuff for scenes, we get to move to the part of the game that is the building of the actual notables. That is the next step. So for everybody at home, this is what our hierarchical sheet will look like. Listed here are the parallel and opposing authority convict dichotomies of power. Each one is run, they mirror each other very well, right? So like leading the authority side is the governor, and leading the convict side is the dimber damber, which is a role. These are the names, right? Underneath that, you have the judge advocate and captain of Marines. On the other side, we have the abbot and Captain Sharp. The subtext beneath them are like Lord of Vice or God of War, which is very cool. Then beneath the functionaries are the free colonists, and beneath the minions that are of the dimber damber, they're the bolters. They're runaways, or even like mobster people. Beneath the free colonists are the Marines, which are just authorities' big sticks, is what the sheet says. And then the other side, next to the Marines, opposing the Marines, would be the convicts, the lags and sables. So burglars, con artists, prostitutes, robbers. And the very, very bottom rungs are the emancipists, which are former convicts who are now free, or the outcasts, which are political prisoners or like useless, ruined prisoners. So like the elderly, the sick, those who cannot work. Because this is a penal colony. So you got to work, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to decide what roles of these do we want to have a character for, and then start coming up with a little bit of details about that character. So specifically, we're going to come up with what role we want to grab, and then our name, and then maybe kind of just go from there. So is there any of these roles that I just described that seem like that jump out at any of you guys? Does anybody want to immediately claim something? Keep in mind there are characters that exist outside of the sheet, or multiples on the sheet. For example, there's more than just one Marine, right? So you can always introduce more characters as the game goes on, but just starting out, what is something that you want to see in play?
I want to see, I definitely want to see some Marines for whatever this whole secret Marine pact is about.
Yeah, totally.
In fact, I think I'm going to make the captain of the Marines.
Ooh, the captain of the Marines. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Awesome. So there's a name list in the back of the book, page 106. You can either select the names that you want, or roll for it. It has a very like Fiasco subsets of 6 columns of 6 sub things beneath it.
Okay. All right. Her name is Lornica. Gosh, I'm rolling pairs. Lornica Kilch.
Cool.
And then I'm going to roll for her oath because everything is going to be random, I decided.
Okay.
What?
Oh, I was going to suggest a couple of questions that maybe would help flesh out your character before you chose an oath, but if you want to do it.
Oh, no, I want to make the oath first and then flesh her out backwards from that.
Totally.
Are we making
Oh my gosh. No, see, this makes a way more interesting character.
Okay.
I will never keep a promise.
All right.
So there's an interesting, for the audience and those who don't know, there's an interesting part about oaths. So oaths are a major tracker of the game. So whenever a character's oath is broken, that is when you have options in the game to either retire the character, or you could promote a character, or they die. It's sort of like a very definitive moment of the game, and basically when you break an oath, that character is sort of removed from the forefront of play. they're basically now like an NPC. Like their story arc has gone, and now they're going to be fading into the backdrop of the rest of the game for other people to come up there and have their oaths kind of in question, right? So here's the shotgun approach to the questions for the captain of the Marines. Are you ready, Kelsa?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what does order mean in the colony, and what steps are you willing to take to enforce it?
Okay. So order is everyone getting in line for their gruel and not complaining about it.
It's food. It's not arguing about food.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I mean, that everything comes down to, will you eat tonight?
Yeah.
And accepting your place and whether or not you're going to eat tonight, that is what order is. It's when you come up with your bowl and say, please, sir, can I have some more? And I kick the bowl out of your hands and tell you
and
that...
tase you.
And tase you. And tase you. Yeah.
Where does your true allegiance lie?
It lies with the law. Like, above the governor, it lies with the law.
Cool. You're very by the books kind of person.
Very by the books, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, let us move on. Would Nick or Spike Mall like to go for a character?
If Spike has something, throw it over to him because I'm still fleshing out some final things.
And I think that falls back to she will never keep a promise, because any promise that she makes, she's doing it deceptively in order to try to trick someone, like trying to like get a confession or whatever. But because in her mind, if she was going to do it, she wouldn't need to promise it. It would already be a fact.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah. So it's a tactic. It's like an intimidate or interrogation tactic or something like that.
Yeah, basically.
Right? Yeah.
Like, so if
It's
she
a means
winds
to an
up catching herself making a promise that she actually keeps, like, it definitely would be a breaking point for her. Cause
cool.
She never makes one with sincerity.
So, I just realized a better way of explaining oaths would be they are, for you as a player and for that character, that is a flag that you are revealing to us, being like, hey, create scenes that put this into question, right? So that when you create an oath, you can expect that at some point in the game, that will come under question. So, moving on, Spike Mall or Nick?
I figured out what I want to do, and I'm not gonna randomly generate it. Do you mind if I pick a name that is not on the list? Just like combine first and surname that are not from the list?
I would prefer that you would use the list, if only.
All right,
but
then I will pick something from the list real quick.
I think the names there are intentional to give a certain vibe.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do Will Keach. So that's.
I'm sorry. What? So this notable. What part of the hierarchy are they going in?
Right. I'm doing Outcasts, Wreckers, and Crawlers.
Okay.
And to kind of describe it, I'm not trying to do an elderly character. I'm trying to portray a character that's been crippled or maimed in some way, and they've dropped to the bottom because of that physical disability.
And what was their name?
Will Keach.
Oh, Keach.
So Keeech.
Yeah. Okay.
And then for Oath, it's Pride, and it's I will never abandon what I have built here.
Oh.
So, am I allowed to flesh that out? Is that going too far?
No,
okay.
No, please.
So the idea to that is that Will Keach has established something in the colony that he was broken and beaten down, and maybe he was at a higher rung that no one really remembers where he was at before, and he's ended up at the bottom rung for some reason because of some tussle that he got into or some scrape with the native fauna that's basically just relegated him to the bottom tier, and no one wants to bother to deal with him anymore.
Okay. Do you have any ideas about maybe what he built? Or what he might have
I'm
been formally?
thinking he probably ended up building like one of the larger gangs of convicts that exist right now, and that maybe he was at one of the top tier under the Dimber Damber.
Okay, cool. Okay. Spike Mall, would you like to go? Spike Mall, are you muted again?
His mic is having issues.
Oh, God. All right. Well, in the meantime, then I will go. Hopefully, I don't take his. I was going to create the Dimber Damber
All right.
for this one. What was Will Keach's crime, by the way?
Crime. Can the crime be toward anyone, or is it something specifically toward the authority?
Towards the authority. This is probably the crime that got you sent over here in the first place, or it could be a recent crime.
All right. I'm thinking a recent crime where he started some kind of food riots to try to just like overwhelm the guard and steal a bunch of supplies.
Okay, that makes sense. Gidner Croffin is the name.
That's great.
And the Dimber Damber. I find the questions for the Dimber Damber. The Dimber Damber, what was your crime and what was your sentence? So Gidner, oh my God. Yeah, you know what it was? Gidner is a recent convict. He was part of the survey crew that sold this planet to the government and got sold upstream, like a Bernie Madoff kind of figure.
All right. I dig it.
So he done goofed, and but his wealth, power, and influence still exists in a way behind the scenes. So he may not be a free man, and he might be on this planet, but his web is still being weaved, right?
Hello, hello.
Yes.
We got you, Spike Mall.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Kind of.
Yes, it works. It's alive.
Sorry
about that, guys.
You're coming in a little deep. Yeah, there's a lot of like fuzz. Try talking again, Spike Mall. Oh, he just muted again. So
Gidner ended up there incidentally, just because he was like one of the major people that was on the survey crew. Like he didn't intentionally screw everyone over.
No, he intentionally screwed everybody over.
Okay, he did. All right.
Yeah, like that's what his crime was
Okay, all right.
was like fraud. Like he was the one who lied about the planetary survey.
Okay.
Right? Like he was selling like he sold subprime mortgages, right? Like he sold
Right,
subprime penal colonies.
The bubble plot.
Yeah, exactly. So the bubble burst, the space bubble burst, and took him down with it.
They're
And,
like,
and,
"Fuck it,
and,
we'll
a, and
take
a
you."
punishment suiting the crime is that he's banished from Earth and has to reside as a permanent convict on this planet. So his thing is entirely self-interest. His oath will be I will never place the people's freedom over my own comfort.
Woo!
He's just a straight dick. Just no other way to put it. He is a wormy bankster. You know what I mean? He is just the worst.
He's a Bernie
despicable.
Madoff.
Yeah, he's a Bernie Madoff. So there goes me. Spike Maw, do you have a microphone again?
Guessing that's a no.
Take that as a no. Oh, he's rejoining the call.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Seems like I'm the bearer of technical difficulties. I'm sorry, Eric.
Oh, why do you say that?
It seems like people have tech difficulties whenever I'm here. It's happened like twice, so
I think that's just a function of you being on the show a lot.
I guess
Probably.
Yeah, it's just probability.
Probably true.
That's why I'm being facetious, because I don't actually think I'm a curse.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know. The universe is big and full of holes.
I like that.
The numbers are falling somewhere.
Okay, so now that I finished that convict, we can wait for Spike Maw to come back, or we can move on because now we can also start working on our second characters. The way this works now is that whatever character you made in one of the columns, you have to make a character in the different column. It doesn't have to be directly across, like because I made the Dimber Damber. It doesn't mean that I have to make the governor. It just means I have to make an authority notable.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Let's see. I think I know what I want to do with that.
Kelsey, do you have any ideas?
I think so. I'm trying to decide. I want to. I'm thinking about making a boulder, and I was trying to decide if it should be one. If I could just be Elena Swept.
Oh yeah,
and two,
absolutely, you could.
Okay. Then yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna be Elena Swept. And I think the obvious oath for that one is going to be that I will not let harm. I will not let the natives suffer because of our folly.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
fitting.
Good oath. Okay,
I
so
just wanted to mention that I was hoping that there would be some kind of connection across the lines, but because everybody else made a convict and I made an authority on my first try,
Yeah.
there was no way that I could be the one to initiate that.
Mhm.
So just throwing that out there. And it doesn't have to be with me, but I just think that's always fun.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. All right, I think I know what I want to do. Oh wait, that's different. Rank. Oh, okay. That's different than I thought it was. All right, then I have mine.
Okay.
If you're good. Okay.
ready.
So, character's name is Kenser Haley. He is a Marine sergeant. And his oath is, "I will never show a weaker man mercy."
Nice. Let's look at the book real quick. Look at some of the questions. Because then I'll also ask Kelsa some Elena Swept questions as well. So, Kenser Haley, as a Marine, who owns you? The rule of law, your commander, the captain of the Marines, or the natural leader of the people of your station, or even the Dimber Damber? What does your choice mean to those others, and how does it help you? How will it help you better your position on the ladder?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Could you give me the first three again? Because I got focused on one and then I blanked out the
Oh
other.
yeah, sure. So who owns you? The rule of law, your commander, the captain of the Marines, or the natural leader of people, the Dimber Damber?
Dimber Damber, and the second one was, how does that promote the character? Like, how do I expect that to help my station?
Yeah, how will it help you better? Yeah, so it's a double-edged question here. It's what does that choice mean to those other options, and how will it help you? And how does your choice and allegiance to or ownership by the Dimmer Damber help you better your position on the ladder?
I think most probably see Kenser Haley's allegiance to the Dimber Damber as something of a betrayal of what they stand for, but he's under the Dimber Damber's protection, so basically their opinions are moot and he doesn't care, and he expects that with the Dimber Damber's pervasive wealth and status among the rest of the convicts, it'll eventually help him get up through the ranks, either through the Marines or end him up somewhere amongst the convicts, maybe leading a vicious gang or something, because he's very focused on combat, and he's very focused on like ability in war and skill, and he sees the gangs as a much more competent and vicious force than he does the Marines.
Oh, okay.
So he's trying to like get a war band together, essentially, in the simplest terms.
Yeah, seriously. So okay. So that might not bode well for the captain of the Marines. So Elena's questions would be, what was your crime? How did you escape, and why?
Okay. What if Elena was actually part of the initial survey crew as well? And she actually was the one that like ratted out Gidner and the rest of the crew for turning in shoddy details because they glossed over the amazing discovery of the natives on this planet.
Oh.
And so like it was actually like a plea bargain where she
lessened her sentence.
She listed herself as one of the culprits because she was like for a reduced sentence, but she's like, but part of the terms is you're already using it as a prison planet, you might as well send us there.
I love it. I love that idea.
And so she already like from the moment that she was sent, like she already had an escape plan in place through her contacts with the natives.
Yeah, you're like an embedded, I don't know what the term is, not insurrectionist, but like you're just an embedded agent of the other side, right? Yeah. Like you had this all planned out. Cool. Do you want to describe what the intelligent species is that you know about?
Let's see. Let me go back and look at our thing about the planet real quick. So I feel like this is that they're like got to be an aquatic race of some kind, just because we have the other aquatic thing going on, and water is contaminated with organic compounds, which probably from a byproducts from a sentient race living in the water. Yeah, I think
Are they like maybe like a school of fish? Are they like dolphins? Are they like leviathans? Are they,
stations?
I was debating between like not leviathans. No, that wasn't my thought at all. Dang it. No, dolphins or like octopuses.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear, Spike Ball.
Oh, thank God. I think it might just be one of my USB ports in the front of my machine are messed up.
Oh no.
Well, that's not very helpful at all.
No, not at all.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that the closest you could call them would be like octopuses, but not really. Like, because these are completely
Howard's native planet.
No, because these are not Earth octopuses that have been uplifted. These are completely alien that just happen to be
and so like some strange alien invertebrate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That lives in the water, but can also survive on land for a time.
I was having a similar idea. I was thinking of so there's a species of like jellyfish. Well, it's actually not a jellyfish, but it's called the man of war, which is actually multiple creatures that work symbiotically.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm thinking. Like it basically turns into like a Power Rangers Megazord.
It's a
Like-
big colony of cells. Yeah.
Yeah, and, like they just start taking over, and it's a symbiotic, mutual beneficial. So they just get these large clumps of living.
Oh man,
Yeah,
giant
yeah, okay.
sentient jellyfish.
Yeah,
I love
in
it.
a way. Yeah, cool. So Spike Maw, welcome back. You have
I'm here.
You have two characters to create. I know. We wanted to. I wish we could wait, but it is a show, and so we had to
No,
fill
no,
in.
I
We had to
totally
fill in the
understand.
space.
I totally.
Uh-huh.
I was this close to just bowing out.
Yeah.
Here. So I would like to create the governor.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's see here. I'm gonna have to roll here, aren't I?
You could roll or select.
I would prefer to roll actually.
Yep. Okay. I take the Kevin Crawford approach to tables. Like, roll if you want, but if there's something that definitely fits it, go with it.
Jeez. Let me. Gotta find my. Durance here. Got itself closed. Sorry about that. I'm everybody in suspense. Oh yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 6. I think the governor is a man. His name is Gidner.
Oh my god, the governor and the Dimper Damper have the same name?
Which is
Keep it. No, it's good. Keep it.
Yeah, Gidner Coffin.
That's literally the Dimper Damper's name. Yeah.
Like exactly?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, how did this happen? What? Am I
I'm going weird sci-fi stuff. Let's roll with it. Let's do it.
This is the best.
So I chose the name Gidner Coffin while you were gone.
okay? So wait a minute. Am I I'm messing this up. I've rolled once here, 1 and 6, and that's oh no. So this would be for the first name would be Mard.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you don't
calm
want to
down.
have the same name and have a totally different character and have these things?
Oh, but it's so much cooler. Clones, multiple intelligences.
Oh my god, if it was a clone. Oh, shit.
Ideas. Roll with it. Keep it. It's cool.
This is his character.
your
This is
own
his
thing.
character.
Do
your own thing.
We
I know.
we
No,
respect. Yeah.
We can't fanboy.
Mard Gimb. How do you pronounce that? Gamb?
I have no idea.
It's
What?
your name. Tell us how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
I think it's Gimb.
Kimbed.
Gimb.
I have to look that up in the name lists. I have no idea.
It's Mard Geambe.
Gimb.
Gimb.
Jump.
Gimb.
His name is Mard Gimb.
Mard.
And
Mard Gimb.
that's
Do you have an oath for us?
I think I will. I think that his oath is that he will never abandon what he's built here.
Oh, so another one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Am I taking someone else's oath?
No, you can have
No,
the
that's
same
fine.
oath.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
In fact,
so-
I kind of like that because I like juxtaposing different people's opinions of a similar oath.
I'm sorry. My audio was going in and out as I was like plugging and unplugging things. And, so I didn't hear all of your guys' characters
No, it's fine.
being built.
No, don't
you're-
even worry about
yeah.
It
it.
doesn't matter.
What was Will Keach's deal there?
His oath was, "I will never abandon what I have built here,"
Mm-hmm.
which was
But,
a pride.
Yeah.
Have you
He
expanded
built up.
on that at all?
Yeah, he built up the convicts, right? I think that's what he was asking about.
He built up a large gang of convicts. Yes.
Okay, all right. So I think that Mard Gimb is he's just hanging on doggedly to order and to his pride. That even though this place is horribly flawed, it's his.
But, yeah. Oh, I love it. He has a huge sense of ownership to this place.
This is his colony.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, cool. So it is 9:58. Oh wait, actually no. Mard, you have to make another character.
One more
Let's
character.
make one more character. We'll go to the break, and then we'll come back and start assigning relationships to characters, and then start the scenes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a sable. I'm gonna make a sable, and let's see here. Her name will be let's see. What's interesting here? What's your
Something that I would suggest is for always interesting twists is to grab an existing character's last name.
Yes, I was just thinking about that. Think that I think her name is Haley Keech. She's Will Keech's maybe ex-wife.
Oh, all right.
Okay,
Let's get into it.
All right, and her oath.
Oh, it's an IA. What's her oath?
I will never step out of line. So her husband, her ex-husband, is a wrecker, and but she will never step out of line.
Aw.
Just doesn't have it in her.
So, yeah, okay. Let me look at the some of the questions. Because there's a few things here that help flesh out characters that we were going over while you were gone.
Mm-hmm.
I have to find it again. Basically, there's just a few like thought-provoking kind of questions. So here it is. For the Sables, what was your crime and what was your sentence?
I think that. What was Will Keech's crime?
That he had started a massive food riot in an attempt to just like take a bunch of rations that the authority was holding.
So I guess, but that's after he was already a convict here.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. That was a
Okay.
recent crime.
I think that if you're all right with it, the two of them had run a shop and had gotten into a lot of debt, and that they then they ran fraudulent books and they got caught. So they've been indicted for fraud and sentenced.
Nice. Love
Okay.
fraud. Fraud's a big deal.
So her dream collapsed, and now she's like a broken woman.
Awesome.
Mhm.
So the next part of the Sable asks, this might be, who have you aligned yourself with, and who have you destroyed? What matters most to you, and how are you going to get it?
Well, I think she's destroyed herself.
Yeah.
And she's aligned herself with the authority. She's not going to step out of line. She gets fed, not well, but she gets fed.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So she really wants to be like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna put in my time, and then I'll be free again because
Yep.
I already ruined myself, right? Yeah.
Model prisoner.
The one time she ever
I'm
stepped out
rebuilding
of
it.
line,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. So she wants to realign herself and reconstruct her life in a way,
Mm.
and so afraid of getting worse in line that she follows suit. Yeah, I dig that.
Who
Okay.
did not make a second character?
Who didn't?
Yeah.
No,
You-
I haven't.
You did not.
No, I haven't made a second character.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was like, wait a minute. There's
yeah.
not enough
Yeah,
characters.
Yeah.
there's 7.
Ooh, I'm gonna pick Free Colonist.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna pick
Till the fetid soil.
so a Free Colonist is called a swell. What twist of fate brought you to this colony? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna play a character tied to Ginder Croffin. He was part of the bubble.
Okay.
Signed up. His name will be Docton something. Docton Shepard. His oath will be. I also want to do I'll never abandon what I build here.
That's fine.
Everyone's oath to that.
No, I like Dr. Shepard will be actually I will never keep a profitable secret. The guy is just gullible, right? He's the dude who will send money to a Nigerian prince, right? Like his heart is in the right spot, but he is just God, is he dumb, right? and he listened. He went hook, line, and sinker into Gidner Croffin's, like go to the mountain, like mountain lodge described with a PowerPoint presentation, this awesome city. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm selling everything. I'm going here, right? I'm gonna be a farmer. It's like he took the whole. He swallowed the pill.
No. Better question. Did he have a farm before moving out there, or did he just decide randomly that he would build a farm?
No, he did not have a farm. Like absolutely no. He's like a city person. He's probably like a former accountant or some kind of shit.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Right? And like he's just like a middle, he's just a middle managery kind of person, and just was like, you know what, I want to do something different. This is like my dream, right? Like this, I can be somebody new, right? I can get out of my life and I can do this, and he's a sucker. That's what he is.
Yay.
Nice.
So, with that, it's 10:05. We're going to go to our first break. We're going to work out a little bit of technical stuff, and then we'll come back and we'll start developing some relationships between our characters and start playing scenes and getting into play. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you guys in about 8 minutes. So we'll see you guys about 10:13. So thank you so much, and look forward to playing some more Durance on Once Upon a Game.
All right.